Beautiful. That's real nice.
I thought that was you there. Oh God, don't be that person.
No, I tell you what would be a great joke though is if I had a fucking iPad or something out fucking... You ever see that?
Yeah.
Fuckers at altitude and shit with a fucking iPad on them, like, yeah.
That's not funny, lads.
No, it's not. But they were saying, I can't remember who it was saying this to me, that there was some... I think it's like a rapper or somebody, but he's like banning phones at concerts. Because like people had them out the whole time, like making Snapchat stories or whatever.
Oh, okay, I get you. But
yeah. At the same time though, you know, people like having, you know, their phones on, especially, you know, if there's, I mean, not to say BOMB in a crowded place, but like, you know, with all these things going on and like the Ariana Grande thing and all that, like, you know, it's no harm for people to have a means of communication on them at all times, like, you know. That being said, the iPad's a bit of a piss take.
Yeah, are a bit over the top.
It's taking the piss. Fuck. So nice you have it twice. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second part in a series of parts of videos where I deal with my family circle backlog of CDs that I've had to review in quite some time. Should be noted, it's been a little while since the last part, as you may have guessed from the position of the family circle box. I didn't end up recording all those in the one session because I was pretty fucking tired by the end of that last one. It went on for quite a while. I think that's probably the longest video I've had on this channel. It may not be, but it's certainly up there. And as the fabled Point Man once famously said, I'm gonna go at it again, and there'll be no fucking stopping me. And I'll take the CDs of any man's back, bastards. Anyhow, it's been a little while. In fact, it has been such a little while that in the time since the last part and this part, I've actually unintentionally, but unfortunately, almost resupplied my backlog. I've gotten 2 CDs, not of my own volition in one case, but we'll get into that story a little bit later on, depending on how far this goes. God almighty, if I have to do a third part of this shit, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. Yeah, I got 2 CDs since doing that last video, and they're over to the side. They're not in the family circle box, but we'll get to what is right fucking now. Now the first, yeah, okay, this is the first. Cool. This is a little bit of an unusual one. Should be noted that as far as connective tissue between all 3 of these CDs goes, all of these were CDs that were bought for me, and they were all bought for me by different people. Now this first CD is very much the gold of this gift-giving 3 wise lads out looking for the baby Jesus kind of thing. I don't know if in this scenario I'm the baby Jesus, or if the whole like CD collection as a whole could be seen as like some sort of kingdom of heaven shit. I'm not really big on the metaphors today. It's a warm Friday, and I've been out enjoying the rare and valuable sunshine for a little bit. So yeah, I got my ice cool soda pop right here, which I'm going to be slurping into too. Give me that quick burst of energy that I need to resist the ever increasing temptation of suicide. And what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, the 12 Apostles. That was it. Yeah, I was talking about the gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And this is very much the gold. If for no other reason than I have listened to Razorlight before. This is, by the way, Razorlight All Night. It's a replay CD. I've listened to some Razorlight before. I do actually quite enjoy Razorlight. I think that more songs than you would imagine are Razorlight are actually Razorlight. I grew into listening to the radio at a kind of a sweet spot for an awful lot of stuff like Razorlight, Florence and the Machine, as shown by previous videos that you might have seen. But yeah, I grew into that time when there was a lot of stuff like that coming out that I wasn't I wasn't consciously aware that that's what they were, but now I know. And looking back, a lot of those songs that I enjoy from when I was a young boy actually were Razorlight. So with that in mind, a good friend of mine went out and got me this beautiful CD quite a while ago with the expectation that maybe I'd listen to it. Hey, sorry. I thought I will. It's just taken me some time. Quite quite a while. Quite a while. So, yeah, let's crack this bad boy open at long last and see what we can get out of him. Easiest is probably going to be up here. I don't want to actively cut my. There we go. Ooh. I was gonna say that was a I was gonna say that was a clean cut, but I deviated into the jewel case, so I'm there. So no damage done, I don't think, but we'll find out. It's the benefits of using a tiny knife. I suppose you can't really do as much damage as you could with a sort of a crocodile Dundee knife. Actually, just fucking put that shit aside for a second till I talk about Crocodile Dundee. Did you see there was a yoke there a while ago where they had like this big social media campaign and Danny McBride was in it. It was like a big sort of teaser trailers and all the usual like film making bollocks that they do nowadays for a new Crocodile Dundee film, and it didn't end up being a fucking Crocodile Dundee film. It ended up being like a promotion for Australian tourism at the Super Bowl, which, can I just say, has actively made me not want to visit Australia, because if they had made a new Crocodile Dundee film, I would want to go to Australia more than making a shitty fucking ad campaign and testing me and teasing me with a new Crocodile Dundee film and not actually making one. Come on, lads, please. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is here and what is right there is this cool-ass Razorlight All Night. Up All Night. It's not called All Night. It's called Up All Night. So right off the bat, almost made a poem there. Right off the bat, we got points away because there's no clear separation between where the Razorlight ends and where the Up All Night begins. In fact, one would be forgiven for thinking that this was made by a band called Razorlight Up, but of course it isn't. That would be a silly thing to suggest, because this is the CD that contains all your favorite tracks. As you can see, a fellow called Q, perhaps it was a magazine. Wasn't he in fucking? He was your man out of the James Bond films, wasn't he? He made the gadgets. Was Q? Well, he really liked Razorlight apparently, because he was saying that this one, it's just too. What was that? Well, apparently it says it's just too perfect. I can see with my real eyes, but with that text through the camera, it looks like just too perinked. But if it is just too perinked to be true, then maybe we'll be in for a fucking treat, because that isn't a real word. It includes such famous songs as Golden Touch. Oh, okay. Right. God, I'm sorry, Razorlight, but you're losing some Swift points already. I know you're Xbox, so you're kind of winning some points there. Power to the players, but at the same time, that formatting. Golden Touch is the name of the song. The song, there are not two separate songs, one called Golden and one called Touch, but with that formatting, it does kind of make it look like there might be. It does have Stumble and Fall though, and that formatting is just fine. Was that Rip It Up and Rock and Roll Lies? So, I want to talk about the Oxford comma for a second. It can often be the case with with certain pieces of text that you can get a little bit ambiguous, let's say. For music, for instance, there are some examples of songs that are excessively long in terms of their titles, like, for example, Cranberries, right? The Cranberries, Dolores O'Riordan, she died recently. And they had a song called Zombie. And then, it's a good song, it's a very good song, it's kind of about the Troubles. But then again, so is everything. I mean, if you look really deep into the Tyrant Plays ARG, this channel is in fact a massive metaphor for the for Troubles. It's equally as much of a disaster, let me tell you. So much senseless fucking loss of life. Yeah, but so the Cranberries released a song called Zombie. Nice short title. And then a band called Andrew Jackson Jihad released a song called Zombie by the Cranberries by Andrew Jackson Jihad. That was the title of the song, was of Knife Man. And, well, that's a fucking stunning title. It does just reinforce my point. It has nothing to do with Razorlight directly, but it does wind back to it in the way that this is formatted. We shall direct our attention back to Rip It Up and Rock and Roll Lies. That could, in and of itself, if we, I can't cleanly, hang on, I've got a little bit of cloth here, let me just cover this up as much as I can. Yeah, so Rip It Up and Rock and Roll Lies, that could be all the one name of a song. However, if those lovely men out at Razorlight HQ, had put just a little comma, a little Oxford comma, after the up, it would be exceedingly clear that those are two separate song titles. And we wouldn't have a situation where I'm going to have to go to the back of the CD, which I will in just a minute once I talk about this cover, to see if those are two separate songs. Now, I've talked on it long enough to realise in my own heart of hearts that they are in fact two songs, but hey, you know, it pays to be clear on these things. You know, it's just the old eat, shoots and leaves. You gotta be clear with your audience and what you're actually saying. Now, see, I don't know if I want to play my hand here. Maybe, no, I don't. I'll tie back into that later on. One of the CDs I got in the intervening time between parts 1 and 2 somewhat relates back to this, and it was a comparison I was going to make. You might know what it is if you just go blue with this, and yeah. Anyway, let's see if you at home can guess what that CD is. You mightn't have to. I might end up tacking it onto this video, or maybe I won't. I don't know yet, but you do. You do. Yeah, it's kind of a fucking mess. It's meant to be a fucking mess. Like it's not unintentional. I don't think there's a man on a television screen there. There's a whole lot of trash. It's kind of like kind of looks like sort of House of Leaves kind of thing. But like it's a CD, not a fucking nightmare book. Oh, Dios míos. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this, other than a little bit of crack in the jewel case in there. That may, in fact, be because of me. I don't know. Or I may go back later on in this video and notice that I clearly cracked it while I was opening it or something, and then, boy, the chortles and guffaws I'll have then at my own expense, and I hope you do as well. But yeah, I won't put that against the actual quality of the product itself, because Razorlight didn't know that was going to happen. Come on. They did know this was happening, though, and yeah, I don't really know if this is indicative of what the rest of it is going to be like. Time will tell, I guess. Looking to the side, we got Razorlight. They're up all night. I'm pretty sure... Okay, so first of all, white text on black background, that's fucking perfect for a CD spine. That's ideal. They're getting all the points they can there. You got your little sorting code. You got up all night. It's very clear, very definite separation with the different sizes of fonts you got there. I want to say it's the same kind of font that they used on that, but as a sticker, I'm not really too sure. This is the special edition. I don't know what that means, but I guess we'll find out as we go to the back of the CD. Just, cool. Right. So, oh, fuck, what? What the fuck? That's, okay, well, let's analyze this, right? First of all, this shouldn't be here. If that was a stylistic decision, and if that was intentionally there, then I'd say kudos, but no. No, that's just because it is, as we saw from the front cover, a replay CD. I don't know if we want to... Well, we may want to, but I don't know if I'll be able to with these nails of mine. Actually, no, we can. Well, hey. Ah, see, that makes sense, because that is the cover over that little barcode. Fantastic. Nice. If you came here for fun facts, then you're in luck, because this is secretly a top 10 coolest facts video. Did you know that barcode readers actually read the white space instead of the black space? on a on a barcode. Someone told me that once. I don't know if it's true, but now you know it, and whether or not it's true doesn't matter because we shared in this experience, and that's what's important. So yeah, the reason I was saying what the fuck was because I was reading over what this red text is. I didn't get all the way through it, but it is, from what I can tell. Oh fuck! That's what I get for drinking fucking soda pop. I hope we got some. Hope we got some real fucking real ASMR off that one. Uh, yeah, as far as I can tell, that's just like a stylized copyright disclaimer because they wanted to keep it sort of cobbled together looking, which I will admit. I mentioned in the last video that I once put together a CD for a friend of mine. It kind of looked like this. I did, in fact, use receipts and different things. It's a work of art. I'm gonna see if I can get it off him at some stage. Just that'll be fun when I'm recording that in the car. Oh Christ. Anyway, yeah. So, like from a stylistic point of view, I think it's okay. It's not overly intrusive. I mean, they could have gone an awful lot more trashy with this. They could have like had a big pile of garbage on the back, but they didn't. They kept it reasonably clean to the point where you can actually read the different songs. I do like what they've done with the different like styles and sizes of text. I think that's pretty cool. You got In the City, you got The Golden Touch. She wants it all, but not too much. And we got Leave Me Alone. Leave Me Alone. It's a good song. Probably, I don't know. I haven't heard it. Now for the moment of glory, the moment of truth, let's pop this bad boy open and see what therein lies. Oh boy. Okay. Right. You might have seen... You might have seen instinctively, I went over as soon as I opened this up and did that. And you might have also noticed that when I did that, nothing actually changed. So, before we talk anything about this, because you know, what you see is what you get very much here. I mean, look at this. Like, it's just fucking... It's just mesh. It's just a hot mesh. But let's pop this bad boy out of the case, see if there's... Oh, okay, what the fuck? That's, well, don't quote me on this, but that to me looks like the inside of a van, some sort of, I think that's the lead singer, I think. And, well, yeah, by the looks of it, that's just a shot of him sleeping in his van, which, let me tell you, the caliber of the CD, if what I think this is actually the case, then yeah, he fucking deserves to. That is okay. Yeah, so it's got nice texture. I'll give it that. It actually, unlike the paper, which is just a clear print, this has actually got little like raised bumps on it where it was properly printed on. That's nice. That's great. That's not. That's fucking not. That can't but be intentional, ye shower of cunts. That is an intentional defect. That is utter cancer. That's just terrible. Now, I will say, it is possible. It's not likely. It is not likely, but it's possible that is in fact just a defect that was on this CD, okay? It's possible. I mean, this is a replay CD. It's been repackaged. It could be the case. I doubt that it is. I really highly doubt that it is. Especially considering what we've seen already of the, you know, makeup and the presentation of this. It's not, if I can take out last episode's winner, it's not the same level of cleanliness as Wonderful Wonderful. That's not the look that they were going for. They were going for kind of a trashy, put together, sort of cobbled look, you might say. And that little fucking spot on the CD is just about as cobbled as it can get. The CD loses marks. One thing I will say though, and it's a credit to it, because it was a feature that we mentioned last episode. Oh yeah, last part of the same continuous series that's probably never going to end, ever. Isn't that great? Yeah, one thing I will say is that having artwork underneath the CD when you lift it up, I like that. I don't think a photo of a man sleeping in his van counts as artwork. If I wanted to see that, I purchase a mirror. I don't need to see that when I lift up my CD. Although, what I will say, moving our way forward throughout this CD, is that there is, as we could see from the cover, some kind of little words and shit along the inside of that. What they mean, I don't rightly know. I see Solo Vux Johnny Man written there. Not mental, that's what it says there. I believe as for the rest, couldn't tell you. But it's nice use of the real estate. At the same time, fuck yourselves. That's not artwork, that's a fucking sin. But what we're here for, the real prize, the real creme de la 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 creme. I need to stop fucking doing that. It was unintentional the first time. Now it's just a fucking, it's just a fucking vocal tick. We got this, and this album is dedicated to the memory of Annie Birkin, Lee Citron. If it's okay, I couldn't tell you if it is. Bit of a weird place to put that. Usually the dedications are inside the actual booklet, but hey, maybe they really cared about these people that they may or may not have actually lost. The fact that they're asking if it's okay would suggest that these people are still alive. Or, as is always a possibility, Razorlight can speak to the dead, which... Oh. 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 God. Okay. Wait there for just a fucking moment. Okay. Hey, how's it going? So, what happened to the CD? Yeah, I moved it off to one side for a moment because I want to talk about the book I'm reading at the moment for a little bit. Somewhat thematically, it's a book that doesn't make any sense and doesn't have any cohesive narrative to it. I'm not that far through it. It's much like this video, bouncing from one place to the next, and also I'm kind of between two books at the moment. But this isn't a fucking book review. Why do I have a book on the table? I'll show you why I have a fucking book on the table. Is when I talk about it looks a bit like House of Leaves, like fucking there. This yeah, fucking like this is. So I made mention to how it looks a little bit like House Leaves. Also, don't ask about the thing. It's art. I swear, it's not fucking art. It's a fiction book. But yeah, the where is it? It's a good book. It's a good book so far. Yeah, the fucking. I would keep saying, oh, this looks like the inside cover of House of Leaves, and I'd keep making reference to that, and it would keep not having any direct correlation to anything. So, yeah, that's what I mean by this. And is that a compliment to this CD insert? No, in a word. No, it isn't. This is bad. This is not good. It's not art. I mean, it's kind of art, but it's not good art. Like, what is that? Is that a fucking... What is this? There's words here. I can't read. I kind of can. Ask for Meg. Got a man shouting stuff. It's pretty much meaningless. I mean, there are some words there if you want to read them, but they're so partial and cut off that any meaning that could be drawn from this is lost to the ether of just fucking random shit being put on a page. Like, and you'd think I'd like something like that, considering, but, no. Come on to fuck, like, that's just fucking hot garbage, and it continues. Don't tell me this is the lyric sheet, please. Please, come on. Come on. I hate their ghost slips on... What the fuck? This is what I was reading. I wasn't... This is fucking... She says it's okay, it's all right. Fucking... This... Bad crack. Baddest of crack. This is bad. Don't do this. It's bad, lads. Come on. Come on, you're better. Well, I don't know if you're better than this. I don't have any of your other CDs open to hand. I have another Razorlight CD somewhere, but I'm not going to go searching for it now. I'm already recording the video. I can't do that now. Fucking hell. Looking... Gina? 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 What about Meg? I had to ask for Meg. The fucking paper told me to. It wouldn't lie to me. Come on, the newspaper doesn't lie. There's some pictures of men. I'm guessing these are the band members, right? Like, genuinely does look like something that was put together by a fucking local grunge band that plays in the community centre every Saturday night. You know, after the bingo and before the scouts meet. Fuck me. This is bad. It's really fucking bad. Like, that man doesn't have any clothes on. That man looks to have also not very much clothes on, but he does have good eyeliner on him, so bonus points for that. He at very least got ready for this. This fellow, I mean, like, he doesn't look like he's aware that his photo's getting taken. His eyes are looking a little bit kind of phased. This man, he's clearly, like he's gotten ready for this fucking photo shoot, but this guy just looks like he's watching telly. I don't like this. I don't like this insert. I'm really just not happy with this whatsoever. What is that? Is that a ghost? Is this you know, checkmate, non-believers? This is the comprehensive proof that we've been looking for the existence of the paranormal for fucking years. God almighty, this is terrible. And also, is that... Yeah, I wanted to call attention. That's there, and then... Like, that's there as well. It's the same thing repeating. I don't know if it's just that they ran out of material, or if this is some sort of Gravity Falls Steven Universe shit. Like, I don't know what's happening here. Like, you know, like advanced levels of decoding mystery code in a children's television program. Is this what we're dealing with here? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I'm not going to spend the time fucking trying to peter this shit out, because I really don't want to. Also, oh my god, this is... Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. So, I'm going to show you all this page. It's got all kinds of writing on it, and then I'm going to get in real close, so if you want to read it yourself, you can. I'm going to skim through it some myself, because reading it in front of the camera is a little bit difficult from this angle. It's all the kind of special thanks and stuff. There have been no lyric sheets, so, you know, as if there's any chance this could win anyway. But it's lost a couple of serious points there for not having any lyrics in. Also for having a load of hot bullshit all over the pages. Like, there's a fucking waste of nice photo paper. Come on, to fuck, like. Razorlight are Bjorn Agnen, Johnny George Borwell, Carol DeLune, and Christian Smith Pancorb. It's very fucking difficult to read an awful lot of this handwriting scrawl. It's pretty bad. Except Rock and Roll Lies, written by Johnny Bornell. Oh, it's Bornell. Okay. All free, produced, engineered, and mixed by... It's just different production things. Copyright and the sound recording is owned by Mercury Records Limited, as they clearly stated on the back of the fucking box. 2004. Okay, so we actually have a date on this. It's 2004. Which does kind of tie into the timeline I mentioned earlier on, wherein I was a young boy and I wasn't actively conscious of music yet. But it did get in by proxy. Razorlight would like to thank, and then it's just a it's just a list of names: Roger, Rita, Richie, fucking Liam Watson, Sophie and the Ducklings, the the Pirate Girls. The what? The Pirate Girls. This isn't the first time that's happened, but good friend of mine will enjoy that reference. In fact, a few friends of mine will enjoy that reference. Oh, this isn't the first time something related to that fictional universe has, or is it? That fictional, I promise it is fictional, universe has been mentioned. But Jesus, that's fucking overt. The Pyra Girls. Fuck me. Anyway, big thanks to the Pyra Girls for putting this one together. Oh Christ. And then we got the back, and again, it's the same shit as the front. And I do use the term shit rather honestly and earnestly there, because it's pretty bad. That's still fucking poking me. Yeah, that one's real fucking bad. We're gonna go to the next one now. We're gonna take a quick, well, not a commercial break, but we're gonna take a quick little divergence. I plan to, in all the cuts of this, incorporate some footage from a concert, because everyone knows that film footage from concerts is well known for being of high quality and very easy on the ear. From the recent Script concert that I went to with my good friend. Just to kind of break up the visuals a little bit, and show you just how good a showman they were. Also, I do plan to talk a little bit more about the concert that was going forward. So yeah, see you after the brief break. Oh man, wasn't that something else? I say I don't actually know what fucking footage I put in there. It could be a load of garbage. Because some of it was a load of garbage, actually. Not much, I do have to say, no, in terms of getting value for money. The script were really good. Not least of all because an awful lot of what they played was was old material. No joke, right? And I fucking well wish I could have gotten this on camera, because it was fucking brilliant. The vast majority of what they did, right, was the classics. It was the ones that got radio play. And that was really good. That was really like top quality stuff. They played, all the good ones that you want to hear. The Man Sitting on the Side of the Road. They played fucking St. Patrick's Day. They played all the classic songs, everyone's favourite from those scripts. Now, let me just get this moved a little bit real quick. I will revert in a second, don't you worry. But there was one moment where they played one of their new songs. The reason I'm moving the camera, by the way, is because I'm actually using their CD to prop it up, and I had to check what the name of the song was. It's called Wonders, and it is, without a doubt, one of the worst songs on the new album. But they decided that it would be a jolly good thing. It would be a fantastic idea if they were to play this as one of the new songs that they were playing. Now, like, obviously they played, Rain, and Rain is a good song because it's the one getting the radio play. It's the big, it's the money maker off the album. But when they played Wonders, so many people, I would say at a stretch, from just within my eye line, from the people I could see, there was at least 50 people got up out of their seat to go get drinks. And just to be clear here, not as soon as the song started either. It wasn't like it was like, oh, Wonders, fuck's sake, alright, I'll go on and get a pint for myself for $6.50 for a fucking pint. And I'm not talking like a pint of something good, I mean a can of like sparkling cider was $6.50. The shower of cunts. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The concert people, I suppose, need to make their money some way. But that's not what the issue is. The issue is, as the song went on, as it got to the second chorus, there was fuck all people in front of me still sitting waiting, and the ones that were sitting. No one was standing for it. Why is that the case? Well, I would get in quite a bit of hot water if I were to play Wonders for you. So you might have to go and listen to it for yourself. But what I will say is, it starts off fine. It starts off as a standard, tracks 6 or 7 off of any script album, until they hit the breakdown, the rap chorus, in which these Irish fellows start rapping about the wonders of the world. And it's pretty bad. It's pretty fucking bad. I don't think I need to explain to you, nor do I think I need to read it out to you for you to understand how bad it is. But yes, it's a good time to go get your drinks. That being said, that was, I will say, the only bad song that they played. Everything else was top quality shit. There was people on their feet, dancing, jigging, jiving, dropping their phones. It was something else, let me tell you. Had a great time at it. So, moving on. Eventually, this is going to be another long fucking video. Jesus Christ, it's going to be great. That's going to be great. It's going to be great. Moving on. I'm moving back in time, back in history, back to another old album, another classic, you might say. I don't quite know if you would consider this one to be a classic. It is, however, a CD whose cover I have seen rather an awful lot. I think, though, it's because it was one of those ones that iTunes used to use to advertise, like, the iTunes store back in the day, which I didn't use. Never really liked the idea of it. Still don't. That's why I'm doing this shit. So, yeah, this is another CD that was gotten for me, and continuing along. I feel kind of bad for calling Razor Light Gold now. Well, because while the songs are good, the CD is, it's fool's gold, you might say. But anyway, yeah, this is the frankincense of the CD world. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but hey, it's fine. It's all fine. Because this is Coldplay. This is Coldplay, band by the name of Coldplay. And you wouldn't be able to tell because they're fucking terrible. Yes, I mean, just in general, but also at, putting names on shit like this. It's Coldplay, and the album is called "The Camera That Wouldn't Focus." It's a rush of blood to the head, as signified by this fatal error in your CAD software of choice. I always got this at Christmas at some stage. It was got for me, not on request, I needn't say. Coldplay are fine. Coldplay are fine, dude. They're bro, they're just fucking, they're fine, is the thing about Coldplay are, let me tell you. So, let me just, oh, there we go. A message popped up on my meme sewer, so I had to turn off the internet right quick. Otherwise, that would be interrupting the whole thing. So yeah, this doesn't make any sense, what I just said. It's the name of a Facebook chat. There's like 3 people that understand what I was talking about there. The rest are like, what the fuck? Yeah, the other 2 were like, what the fuck? What's a meme sewer? So, yeah. Let's get back to the meat and potatoes of this. This is Coldplay. This is rapped, has been for a long time, and I'm curious more than anything to hear what it sounds like. Because there have been, well, sorry, that's the wrong tense. What am I talking about? There has been a good Coldplay song. It's called Viva La Vida. It was the good Coldplay. It was the good Coldplay song. You're ruining my fucking joke with plastic, Coldplay. Come on, play ball. I'm trying to take the piss out of you. There we go. That's. Coldplay has opened up for me, and now I'm free to take the piss. Fantastic. Oh yeah, it was called Viva La Vida. It isn't on this CD, which is a real shame. It's a real fucking shame. But hey, maybe there's something a little bit like Viva La Vida on this CD. I doubt it, but it's possible. Now looking at this cover, as we said already, it's got that kind of bad Blender model sort of look to it. I want to get real close here and see if there's anything that I'm missing through my real eyes. No, it's just it's wire mesh, which I'm guessing back in the day when this was made, that's more of a kind of a neo sort of futuristic kind of a fucking Ghost in the Shell starring Natalie Portman kind of a jobbing, but nowadays not so much. I will say something I haven't noticed. Although peering over into the family circle box, as I'm in a position to do thanks to my angle not being the angle of the camera. I was going to say one consistent through line for all of these is that they all have made good use, or at least use in some ways, looking at you, Razorlight, of the see-through little spine area here. Coldplay has done it. I would fucking well prefer if they would have maybe put the name on the actual cover itself, but that is, in and of itself, an interesting point. I mentioned with last episode CD, and I've got it to hand here, so I'll bring it back in again. Hey, wonderful, wonderful. How you doing? You're a real good CD. That the image is real good, and it's a real clean, pristine, fantastic image, I would say, just to associate with the songs when you got them on a mobile device, which, since, of course, the making of that video, I have done with Wonderful, Wonderful. Unfortunately, it's not exactly centered. I don't know if that's like an issue of the actual CD, because when you look at Wonderful Wonderful, it's like it looks reasonably centered, but then again, you got this whole black area over here. Maybe the image isn't quite centered. Maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe I just downloaded a bad version of the cover. I don't know, but it hasn't posthumously lost any points for that. Don't worry. But the reason I bring it up is because while this Coldplay cover does match an awful lot of that sort of clean, recognizable, very easy to pick out appeal that I had, given Wonderful Wonderful some credit for in the past. I just don't like it. It's a little bit too minimalist, and as is so often the case with minimalist, it either means everything or it's completely and utterly fucking meaningless. There are some who would argue that it's always the latter and never the former, but that's neither here nor there. That's not an argument I'm here to weigh in on. What I'm here to talk about is CDs without talking about fucking songs. I'm going to dance about architecture later on. So, yeah, what I'm saying here is you've got a little bit like what I'm trying to say, I guess, is that there's not enough going on. There's a kind of a sweet spot somewhere between where it's a nice, clear, beautiful image that at the same time just has enough going on. I think if I went over here to my wall and if I got something like this, I'm not saying every CD needs to be this. I'm saying that if every CD was this, we'd be living in a pretty good world. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I do keep a small version of the hand just in case. Because, hey, you never know. So, let's look at this bad boy in a little bit more detail. Now, as would be expected, they're not going to do the black spine with the white text, because that would ruin the aesthetic of the whole thing. And let me tell you, when it comes to losing out for style over substance, it's so bad that the camera won't even focus. And that's pretty bad. I'm going to have to look at it with my real eyes for a sec. Just to see. Yeah, that's... I really need this to focus so I can explain just how fucking bad it is. Come on. Come on now. Would you focus? Would you focus if I asked you to focus? Oh, come on now. Come on. Hang on, there is actually a way of doing this. Hey, motherfucker, I can use technology like some sort of fucking whiz child. Yeah, I needed this to focus because that's real bad. For comparison's sake, you see the both of these on the shelf. That's fine at this distance, but from far away, what song do you want to listen to? I have Razorlight, I have something else. Fuck it, I'll listen to Razorlight. And, it's almost like... It's almost like Coldplay doesn't want you to listen to their music. That's weird, isn't it? You'd think that people who make original new music, every single album, every single track, that are ripping themselves off, that they would want you to listen to their songs. It's weird. Come on, Chris Martin, what are you doing to me here? You were funny in the office, though. Wait, no, was that extras? He was in one of them fucking Richard Gervais vehicles. Anyway, I can't remember which of them. That Richard Gervais fellow, you know. Now looking at the back, we got a real continuation of the what color even is that? It's like a fucking okay. So what I'll say, I'm not giving a credit here, but I am saying it's unique and it's different. Unique and different doesn't automatically mean good. Some people think it does. It really fucking doesn't, let me tell you. So from this angle, it's like, hey, Ty, what are you talking about? That's a fucking easy thing to read. Oh dear. And just like that, with a quick flick of the wrist, it becomes that shitty Rihanna album. Yeah, it's got like a kind of like those magnets you used to get. Do you remember them? They were class. This isn't, because I just want to pick something up and read it without having to, you know, cock it into the light like a fucking original Game Boy, you know? Oh, but you can get the light, you can plug into the side port, yeah, but that drains the fucking battery, like, and we're not talking like fucking rechargeable jobbings, like, we're talking two double A's on the later model colors, like, not the original. The original was like 4, I believe. Never had one. I had a later stage, Game Boy Color. Might only talk about that at some point. Not today. God almighty, I brought too much shite onto this table already. Case in point, this Coldplay album. It's called Rush of Blood to the Head, apparently. And it's the worst thing. It is by no means the worst thing to set foot on this table yet. God knows there's plenty of fucking contenders for that illustrious title. Yeah, we got a song about politic. We got God Put a Smile Upon Your Face. That one I know. We got The Scientist, Warning Sign, A Whisper, The Titular, A Rush of Blood, To the Head, and Amsterdam. That's pretty bad. You'll notice as well, unlike Razorlight, who chose to stylistically incorporate the barcode that they had to put on there for legal reasons onto the back of their CD, Coldplay just sort of like strapped it on there because like there's no, you know, it's almost like white on black is something that like people use because it's very like readable and important and like a machine could pick up on it. It's almost like that, but no, Coldplay. Old Chris Martin, he's better than that. We know this. He knows this. Let's bust into this. Well, hello. Okay. And God put a smile upon my face. I like that. I actually really like that. That one has warmed the soul a little bit. Tenor says there's fuck all under here. Easy. Yeah. I like that. I genuinely really like that. I like... You know, I was doubting him for a minute. You got the thing shining through there, so it's fine. But just the solid black on everything else being white, with the exception of the barcode, as we've talked about a little second ago. They can't be blamed for that. You know, they gotta sell shit. You know, you gotta make their cash old. You gotta make their cash money. That's really something special. And I think, I do believe we have got the same sort of bronzy kind of semi-gold color that we had on the white, which was very difficult to read, I may add, on the white, but is now popping beautifully on the black. That is really something special. This is from, according to this, 2002, and much as I enjoy the stylistic choice, it should be noted that this CD is carbon neutral and courtesy of Future Forest. So when I bury this at some point, it'll return to the earth, and a Joshua tree will spring up in its place and feed 700 tiny starving Ethiopian children. So that's really something special. I mean, Coldplay really they're taking a leaf out of the good books there. Let me tell you. Let's look at the number 9 here. that's. I mean, that pretty much sums up my feelings on Coldplay. I would utterly love it if the rest of this was white all the way through, because that'd that'd really prank me something hard, wouldn't it? Well, let's find. Hey, no, it isn't. Hey, motherfuckers. Okay, Coldplay, you old dogs, you're winning me back, kind of. Yeah, so that is right off the bat a much easier fucking track listing to read than than it was on the outside, which is good. I wouldn't want to defile the CD by turning the thing inside out just so that I could read this if I. So imagine like if that was on the back cover, if I were to crack the spine. I don't do that, but if I wanted to like have this CD as like an active CD that I had in the car or something, then that's probably what I'd do. But yeah, that's really clean, really easy to lead singer. The lead singer is called Chris Martin of a band called Coldplay. I went to a Coldplay concert and they were really good. I didn't. I don't think I'd ever do something like that, whether or not I was writing an Irish essay or otherwise. But yeah, that's as I was trying to say, very easy to read. If reading is something that one was capable of doing, I should say. Flicking on to the next page. Oh, I want to just, yeah, it's just a photo of some lads. There he is there. He wrote songs. And here he is, writing the songs, I assume. Look at him there. Look at all the lads. It's a fairly dark photo. It's not too easy to see all the details. But yeah, it's nice. Nice little photo of the band. I like the texture of this book, actually. This is... the Razorlight one wasn't even nearly as nice. This is like a really smooth, like really high quality photo paper. It's really good. That being said, no lyric sheets. In fact, none at all so far. Now I'm hoping, in fact, I'm praying that my final friend is going to do me good with the lyric sheets, because he might just win this. He might. It'll be a sad day, but he might just win this. And going on to the final page then, because as I say, there's no wait if oh no, actually no. Okay, well, never let it be said that your boy doesn't uproot shit, okay? Because I just made a little discovery, which we are going to dive right the fuck into. Told you there was no lyric sheets, and I open up the final page and you look at me and you say, well, Tyler, what are you talking about? It's the name of 2 songs there at the top and they got words underneath them. That's got to be a lyric sheet, right? Well, actually, no, they're not. See, People isn't the name of a song. People is just their way of saying, oh, these are our credits. You know, you got Guy Berryman, you got Joe Buckland, John Buckland even, you got Will Champion, and Chris Martin. There he is, and Phil Harvey, I guess. It's got bottom billing. The Scientist is Dan. Don't forget that one. And thank you, everybody. And put a space between the thank and the you. You got all your credits there, right? That's good. That's fine. But Politic is the name of a song, right? What's this about? Let me read it to you. For countries to develop, or even survive, they need to be able to trade fairly. At the moment, poorer countries are strangled by ridiculous international trade laws and ruthless Western businesses, keeping millions trapped in poverty and widening the gap between rich and poor. There is no reason why this issue should not be addressed. You should find out more and join the campaign for fairer trade by going to www. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not bullshitting you. www.markettradefair.com. Some businesses already produce fair trade products, and supporting these can only help put more pressure on less conscientious companies to rethink their standards. And I made the fucking YouTube joke earlier, but this is some fucking this is Sting squared. Like this is Bono to the nth root. This is incredible. And they have that spiel, right? And then they say, here are some other interesting addresses. And they got all like fucking WaterAid and Oxfam and Amnesty. Oxfam, of course, famously there recently in the tour, so a little bit of an outdated CD. They may need to re-release this, record it, just so they can fix that. Thank you, thanks for listening. Fuck me. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Oh god, you get what you fucking pay for with that one, Jesus Christ. Oh, that was magic. That is fucking wonderful. So, if you'd like to save the world, all you need to do is buy this Coldplay CD. And of course, like, this was released in what, like 2000 what was it? Actually, I read it there, so I have the, when the fuck? Yeah, 2002 this was released. So in the past 16 years, obviously, since everyone bought this CD, like world hunger has actually ended. So like, you know, that's really something else. Like, fair play, Chris Martin. You really, like, for anyone to suggest for 1 second that you're stuck up your own hole is just ridiculous when you've done such good work. My good God. So bad. Oh, fuck. Right. Oh, we're going to have another intermission, and we're going to look at the final CD of the night, and the night, in fact, is swiftly approaching, so I'm going to have to get this shit done before it's dark. Oh, fuck me.
And some of you hear my voice, and you're planning, what am I going to do against this preacher? What can I do to make this boy stop preaching? But God is warning you today. God is telling you, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm.
Some fucking godship with a fucking lapel mic in there.
Not for you to rebel.
Alright. Jesus. Yeah, yeah. Coldplay took a bit of a toll on me there. I had to go and give myself a moment because that was something special. That was something real fucking good. So, the final CD of the night, the final, well, hopefully this final CD will be able to save us a little bit. So far, we've had some fun, we've had some laughs, but we haven't had anything actually like good. Whether or not this ends up being the one that takes the day, I couldn't tell you. If not, it's going to be real difficult to name a best of these three because, I mean, you know, so far so bad. Let's see if we can amend that with this bit of music that I like. It's very grown up. Bit of Bruce Springsteen. Oh yeah, fucking right. So this was. To clarify, the final CD that was got for me, the Myrrh, if you will. Now, Myrrh is mine. It's bitter perfume. It breeds a life of gathering doom. Let me fucking tell you. I don't know many songs by Bruce Springsteen. In fact, I would go so far as to say that before I bought this CD, I hadn't consciously listened to any Bruce Springsteen ever. I did, of course, after I got this, go back on the internet and listen to a few songs. Some quite good songs, in fact. I didn't realise I knew as many as I did. No more than Razorlight. But certainly not one that I would have said to myself, now is the time for me to really, you know, get into Bruce Springsteen. You know, like, very, very relevant, very, very topical. Just a good old boy, just good old Bruce. The boss, they call him. The big boss, sometimes they call him. Now, I will say, there's already a little bit of a tear in this, as you can see, a little bit of plastic tearing through. So, doesn't get any points for that because that's not. This isn't Nintendo we're talking about. Like, they didn't design it that way. But here's your tingles in there, and here is this. That was a really fucking quick unwrapping. Much quicker than I can usually get through this shit because I usually pause for a little minute. But there isn't really on this cover an awful lot to pause on. Because it's a greatest hits, and the thing about greatest hits is they tend to be more about the music. I don't want to go over and fucking root through my pile and try and find another greatest hits album, because I've kind of done that enough. That being said, I think I will. So, because like the video needs to be a fucking chore to edit. Otherwise, like, what's even the point? Here's a good example. Here's a good one. It's actually a very good CD as well, and it was cheap. Hey, do you notice some similarities? The more astute viewer among you will notice that, number one albums, they tend to be pretty fucking consistent, to be honest. Like, it's just, you're there for the music. You're not going to get a greatest hits album if you're not looking for hits, non-stop hits. And let me tell you, that's what Bruce, the big boss, is going to provide to us right here. I realise now, of course, that he's just called the boss, and the big boss, of course, from Metal Gear. Will that stop me from saying it? Probably not. No. I think if anything, that realization or the conscious recognition of that mistake will, if nothing else, just make me say it more. So here he is. He's not facing towards us because it's either an old photo or he's an old man. Putting back on the leather jacket, he's got his guitar in his back there. He's going to sing us some songs. It's all the good stuff. We look at the side. Good solid block lettering. It's kind of like those big print Bibles you can get sometimes. Not to suggest for 1 minute that the sort of people who would need a big print Bible would be the same sort of people that would listen to Bruce Springsteen's greatest hits. I mean, that I don't even know where you got that idea, that suggestion from. That's just silly. Come on, like, I wouldn't say anything like that. Interesting fact, that being the same photo from the cover, it can be safely assumed that Bruce Springsteen doesn't have a face, because he is, as you can see, the same on both sides. Is it stylistic or is it just lazy? I'm going to go for just lazy. I think that was just the most iconic Bruce Springsteen photo that they could get. Just turn it over and there's a picture of the Thunder Road on the back. I don't see that happening. No, they just got Bruce there. Look at him. He's got his barcode along the side as a Columbia record. And got all the good songs. As I mentioned before, there's Thunder Road, Born to Run, The River. That's quite a good one. See, I take the piss. Born in the USA, of course. The classic. I take the piss because that's, it's my job. That's what I do. It's far from my job, let me tell you, but it's what I enjoy. But I will say I do actually like an awful lot of these songs. Not all of them. I haven't listened to all of them yet. But Streets of Philadelphia is pretty good. I don't know Murder Incorporated. I'm guessing that's the Blood on the Dance Floor of this particular compilation CD, you might say. But yeah, it's real clean. It's real easy. It's got no sort of. It's got no trash. We've progressively gotten an awful lot cleaner. The cleanest load order that we could have gone was to go Razorlight, then this. But I had to follow chronology, and this, I believe, was gotten for me a Christmas. Yeah, this I do believe was the Christmas of 2016 one. It's pretty bad. It's pretty old. It's pretty old, but that's that's what we're here for. Was it? I was going to say, was it 2015? No, it wasn't that far back, but it's been due a listen in quite a while, and it's also been due a little review. So let's push Savior of the Western World out of the way for a second and crack this bad boy open and see if we get the same photo on the inside. We do! I really like that image. A picture so nice you get it 4 fucking times in the same CD. Well, let's analyse this. As I made reference to the big print Bibles again, it should be noted that, first of all, we have the same red lettering along the back end. We got all the names of the songs running alongside it, running directly down as well, so you don't need to follow it around the circumference of the actual CD itself, which is good for, as I say, hey, motherfucker! Okay, Bruce, you beautiful boy. Bruce actually fucking got shit underneath the CD. Fucking zone, under the Action Man zone that isn't this. So, great. That's really fucking good. I'm glad to see anything that isn't just his back at the moment. Because, I'm I'm dead serious when I say his back on the left side of the image is the entire fucking CT. Like, I could have just gotten a picture of that and put it on the table, and that would have essentially been the review. But by the feel of it, and I'm feeling real fucking confident and real happy about this, because by the feel of it, there is so much paper in this. There's so much. Okay, there has to be lyric sheets in here. There has to be. With the fucking images being so sparse on the ground, they couldn't not have... Okay, I'm going to need to take this off table because there's no way I can get it out. I know how much you fucking love to watch me struggle with this, and I enjoy watching it too. Don't get me wrong, but there comes a point where I can't actively fill any more time, and I really genuinely need to get this goddamn thing out. I'm still struggling. I can't get a fucking fingernails grip on the front cover. Okay, there we go. That was a borderline surgical operation. I did it. It took me a little fucking while, but I did it. I finally fucking did it. So, this is the book. And as I was saying, this is a meaty fucker. This is Bruce. They call you the boss for the reason. You're going to be the boss of this video, I think. Let's fucking tear into this bad boy. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, wait. Hang on. Oh my. Okay, well, there's Bruce. Look at him there. He's young there. He isn't that young anymore, because that's how aging works. But these aren't lyrics yet. There's a big book ahead of us, but these aren't lyrics yet. These are observations from, one must assume, the man himself. So, Born to Run, my shot at the title, a 24-year-old kid aiming in the greatest rock and roll record ever. Oh, no, aiming at the greatest rock and roll record ever. Jesus, this is... I do like this. I really fucking like this. I will say his handwriting isn't great. I'm no one to talk on that point, so I can't dock marks there. I wouldn't dock marks for this ever, because this is the shit I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, this is the shit I'm looking for. This and lyric sheets. Thunder Road stole the title from Robert Mitchum picture. The vocal sounds from Roy Orbison. I tried, in parentheses. And Innocence of the Time was mine. Badlands. This was the record. Darkness on the Edge of Tower, where I figured out what I wanted to write about. People that mattered to me and who I wanted to be. I saw friends, a family struggling to lead decent, productive lives, and I felt an everyday kind of heroism in this. This is really, like... Coldplay, you can fucking quit your fucking grand narrative bollocks and Razorlight, fucking tidy yourself up, because get a house, Razorlight, because this is the shit right here. This is just, as far as I can tell so far, just from reading through it. And I'm gonna bring this real close to the camera so you can pause and read it in your own time, at your own discretion, provided that you're capable of. You can see what I'm talking about with the handwriting. It's a little bit scrawled. It's reasonably clear though. I'm just trying to get through this in as expedient a fashion as I can. This is just insights from the man himself on just sort of what the songs were, what sort of space he was in when he wrote them, why he wrote them. Like for The River here, for example, he says, a breakthrough song for me. I was in the detail? Depail? I was in the derail? Where the fuck is it? Yeah, there we go. I don't know what that fucking says, but it's probably something to somebody. One of the first of my story songs. Okay, something about Nebraska. Listen, I'm not going to read through all this. You can read through it in your own time if you want to. I'm sure you could probably get the transcript of this as well if you didn't want to parse this handwriting. I'm not going to try and read it here. It's going to take all evening, and I've already been doing this for quite a while, so I'm going to just go through it. But fucking yes, Bruce, I will forgive this, okay, because that is no more than Joe Dolan serving a definite purpose. You know, it's Bruce, it's the boss, it's his greatest hits, but this shit, Once you get beyond surface level and you get into the meat and potatoes of it, you get a little bit. You get some words from the man himself on what the songs were to him and why they were important, and that I like. I really like this. We got more writing. This is, yep, he's straight. Just going through. He says about dancing in the dark here. My big smash! Exclamation point. Number 2 in the charts. Damn the artist formerly known as Prince. A bunch of autograph-seeking Catholic schoolgirls came rushing up to me. Jesus. There's not a single word in that statement I don't like. On the streets of NYC screaming they'd seen the video. Teen Idol starts at 35. I enjoyed it. Oh yeah, Teen Idol starts so he must have been 35 in a row. I like it though. I like the sense of kind of humour and just sort of like the reminiscent niceness to it. Of what I've heard of Bruce Springsteen, that sort of sentimentality and feeling carries over into the music itself, which is really good. Like, you know, you're not a fucking sky full of stars. Like, that's a load of hot wank. Like, this is good. This is good shit. I like this. Oh, this is really fucking good. Brilliant Disguise. That's just another song of his, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's track 11 on this list. After 85, I've had enough. I turned inward to write about men, women, and love. Things that had previously been on the periphery of my work. You see, that's like... He's just sort of going song by song and giving little statements. And the thing is, as well, is that this isn't very difficult to do, either. It's very, I suppose, applicable to a greatest hits album, more so than just like new releases. Because if a band releases an album and they want to give like their thoughts and their ideas on why they wrote the song, you know, just when they're making it, it's kind of a little bit less meaning to it. Whereas when you come back in a greatest hits album and you're reminiscing on, you know, all the good things that happened when that song released, and you're given some insight after the fact, carries a little bit more weight to it. I can see why they're doing it, and I really, really, really appreciate it. And at the end here, he just says, it's about blood brothers, right? It was good to see the guys. It's just what he says. He just says that. I thought there was more to that statement, but no. He goes on to the next song, which is Hardland, to which he says, I guess this kind of sums it up. Was one of the ones that got away. Out in the frontier town, the NYC, in January 95. It's just... I mean, the band, just, yeah, I'm not going to fucking, hope you enjoy. I don't, see so many words, and I'm kind of lost for words on it, because a part of me really wants to read through all this and break it down piece by piece. I figured that, as was the intention with this, it will be more significant and meaningful when I actually listen to the songs. At the moment, these statements on what the songs mean, beyond the ones that I've actually heard, don't really have much meaning to them. But the fact that I can refer back to this and say, okay, well, this is, you know, what he was at, this is why he wrote it, this is the intention, is like, yeah, I can hear that in it. I'm glad I have this companion resource. I'm glad I got this fucking CD. And I haven't said that about fucking Coldplay here, alright? Coldplay can fuck itself. Razorlight has good music, so that's fine, but you can listen to that on you know, without having to buy the CD. And in fact, I'm going to burn it to a blank CD in the future, no doubt, so that I can listen to it on the go. But this is well worth the price of admission. This is fucking... Okay, the imagery isn't winning any prizes, but that's okay. That's fucking fine, because Bruce, let me tell you, Bruce, you've really won it for me so far. Like, anything could happen in the rest of this book, and I wouldn't mind. And look at that. Look at that. Good image, nice image. Text could be a little bit clearer, I guess, but you know, you can't really blame that. You gotta have the image as it is meant to be. There's all the boys there. Lyrics. Fucking A, Bruce. Fucking A. A+, A star, gold star, Tyran's top fucking pick. You get all the bullshit prizes, Bruce. Get all of them. You fucking won. Congratulations. And there we go. Immediately on the next page, the issue that I brought up is immediately rescinded because it's just black and white. Couldn't be much clearer if you tried. And Thunder Road. Just the Thunder Road. We got all of them there. We got some shots of Bruce. Got more lyric sheets. We got one there for the river. and into the river we dive. Hungry Heart, that's a shorter song. And there's a shorter Bruce. He's not a very tall man, that's okay. Doesn't have to be, because he does things like this, and that's really all that you need to do. There he is, being born in the USA. That's good composition. That's good drawing. That's fucking top stuff right there. Because I didn't even need to look at this to know that Born in the USA was on this sheet. It is. There it is. There he is. It's behind a flag. Or rather, the flag is behind him. It's actually a wall, but don't worry about it. We've got more lyric sheets. Got more boys. I'm guessing these are the Springsteens. Bruce and the Springsteens, as they're often called. I don't know who the rest of the people are, clearly. But nice to see them, no doubt. Nice to open up the old photo album and Human Torch. There we go. It's better days. And hey, that's a dark Bruce. That's Bruce in his darker moments. Streets of Philadelphia, Secret Garden, Murder Incorporated. All of them. Oh, skipped one. Oh, hey. Oh, special thanks. Special fucking thanks. Okay, so I'll show you the image first of all, and then I'll read it with my real men's eyes, because I'm gonna have to, especially with this handwriting. I'd like to thank all the past and present members of the E Street Band. Yeah, that must be who those fellows were. The E Streets. See, I'm learning slowly. Did I mention I don't know much about Bruce Springsteen? I might have mentioned it once. My good friend, plus great collaborator. I'd like to thank Tom Landau. This was Landau. Was Tom Landau? I've heard of that name. I don't know where I've heard of that name, but I think I thought I heard you try. My partner and fellow prisoner of rock and roll, for his years of friendship, inspiration, and for being someone I could point to who was more neurotic than me. Fucking Bruce. Okay, listen. Do me an old favour here and go and listen to some Bruce, because he's a real nice fella. This much is very clear from this CD. There's nothing I don't like about Bruce so far. He's taken all the right boxes, you know. Fair fucking play to you, Bruce. Look at you there. Big smiling head on him. Glad to see you, mate. Glad to see you. You got more special thanks there to the likes of Toby Scott and Chuck Plotwick. Maybe I want to say Plotwick, I'm not sure though. For their great contributions to my records, plus for suffering with me the many nights we've spent together in the studio searching for that sound. All you fans who welcomed our music into your lives, it wouldn't have been much without you. Thanks, see you up the road, Bruce Springsteen. And I guess he couldn't like craft it into cleanly into the rest of the thing, so he just sort of tacked on. So also thanks to a couple more people, they're real cool, and lots of pals. And yeah, this is just it's just good. It's just all of the good ones. And that isn't even the end. The narrative, if you want to say so, is the evolution of Bruce. You know, we got some insights from the man himself, and then we got the classics, you know, the ones everybody knows. And we're working our way forward, you know, starting with the E Street Band, as we know they're now called, and then we're born in the USA. And you're living in the USA, and then, you know, eventually all things, you know, get dark, and you got the old boys there. Look at them there. They're not the spring chickens that we saw at the start of this booklet. And that's evolution, you know, that's moving forward. That's a whole lot better of a final page than you really need to visit Oxfam, because a lot of people are suffering in the world and you need to eat inferior quality dairy milks to save them. You know, that way you're doing your part. No, come on, fuck off, Chris Martin. Fuck off, right? Fuck out of here. Bruce is the way forward. Also, it should be mentioned, as we're talking about it, the whole white on the outside and getting into nice darker black on the inside. It was more overt with Coldplay, but it's a gradual progression from the kind of nice sienna tones there, and we're moving forward through history. I really fucking just love this book. It's really, really good. It's got all the lyrics you need. It's got insights from the man himself. It's got the special thank songs on it. I really don't know what more there is to love about this. It's just it couldn't really get much better. So when it comes to the big finisher and the big naming of which of these I think is the best, it goes without saying, King of the Night has to be Bruce Springsteen. He has won. The difficulty is I don't know which of these two deserves the bottom spot. Okay, so Bruce, you've won. You're going right to the top. Okay, that's where you live. These two, I'm just really not sure. Because on the one hand, the entire presentation of this was shoddy. The argument could be made that it was intentionally shoddy, and that's part of the artist's intention with this CD. That's completely valid, I understand. At the same time, though, it's not providing an awful lot. There didn't, as far as I could tell, seem to be any particular reason or rhyme to why it would be that way. I could understand if there was some kind of, suggestion, if there was some sort of thematic elements to this album that made it look like a hot mess. If it was, as I said when I was going through it, if it was like a fucking local grunge band, but no, it's Razorlight, it's just Razorlight. So while it's not laziness, I think it's just meaningless as far as I'm concerned composition. There is no meaning to why it is the way it is. That being said, Coldplay, while they did give me a good fucking laugh, I hope they gave you a laugh too. I hope if nothing else you've gotten good fun out of this fucking hot mess that was the Coldplay album. It suffers from the opposite problem where Up All Night has just so much just shit, just this excessive meaningless garbage all over it. This is far too minimalist, I want to say. In terms of the cover and in terms of the front and back, there's just you can see it here. The middle ground between the two, the trifecta, Father, Son, and Holy Bruce, is very much Bruce Springsteen because he's a balance between the two. And once you get in past the surface level, in under the skin, you get to the meat with Bruce. Whereas with this, the deeper that you go, it just becomes wank, for lack of a better term. It just becomes wank. Now, off of that alone, I would be saying, okay, well, Coldplay is definitely bottom of the list, and then Razorlight is going to be in the middle, and Bruce is at the top. But then, problem being, we open the fuckers up, and I'm not fucking forgetting about this. I'm never going to fucking forget about that, in fact. That's awful. Whereas this, it's okay. Like, I like that a whole lot. So, in terms of criteria, this has the better cover. Okay? Just simply simply only off the basis that I personally think there's not enough going on here for me to bother with it, right? So that wins on cover. On the CD itself, this wins, right? This one does have the man in his van once you lift up the CD. This one has fuck all. So they're kind of evenly matched on that. But I'm really fucking hard pressed to say which of these two I find to be more egregious. Because this is meaningless, and this is trying to be meaningful. But then again, like, can I forgive this fucking abysmal fucking shit there when this is so pretty and so nice with the sort of coppery text on the black? It's going to be real tough. This is going to be real fucking tough. But I'm going to say, for the wankiness of this alone, right? just sheerly for the wankiness, I would take meaningless with no lyric sheets. Fuck, no. Fuck. Okay, no. No, I can't feasibly I can't justifiably say that this one is better than this because this is wanky, all right? Because it's Coldplay, okay? And this is the bit I think that I'm missing out on when I'm making this judgment, is that you expect Coldplay to be wanky. It's not a surprise when Coldplay is wanky. That's what they do. Whereas Razorlight, well, I would at least expect them to put a little bit more effort and not be as like as trashy as this. Like it's trashy composition, and while the contents of the Oxfam is wanky, it is at the very least nicely presented. Like this is appealing to see. It's very clean, and the actual contents of the book, for what they are, they did at the very least make me laugh. So I'm really stuck on this one. I'm gonna say, just looking at these covers alone, just these two, omitting everything on the insides, omitting the crappiness of the composition of the CD and all the stuff, and taking into account the niceness of the cover, the clearly readable spine, I'm going to have to put this second and this one third. That being said, there is a massive rift between this and Bruce Springsteen. Bruce, you're not even in the same league as these guys, all right? Don't even worry about these guys, all right? These are fucking trash tier CDs. Bruce, you are without a doubt the winner today. He has to be. But yeah, Razorlight second, while trashy and while utterly kind of fucking meaningless on the insides. Certain individuals could say the same could be said of their music. But for this shit, there was no lyric sheets, too minimalist on the cover. The back text is far too unreadable at certain angles, which isn't fucking good. Spine has the same issue. I just cannot justify rating this over this, I think. They're close, though. They're really close. And Razorlight, you're going to have to win back some favour with your other fucking works, because the fact that you're down here with Coldplay isn't good, isn't fucking good. You're going to have to work hard to get up to fucking Bruce Springsteen tier, alright? I'm saying that to you now, Razorlight. You're going to have to buck up. Anyway, that took far fucking longer than I thought it would. Jesus Christ. I thought, fucking final part of the video now. This will take, 5 fucking minutes. No, that is in fact the most difficult part. Anyway, this has been the second part of my catch-up. I do intend at some point to do the next round of CDs that I got. It'll never end. I don't think it'll ever end. I think in one way or another, I'll always be reviewing CDs. There's always going to be more. I'll never fucking run out. Anyway, until then, I thoroughly look forward to the next time that I get to do this. I've been Taran, and this has been another fantastic CD review. Be more like Bruce, and just buy your fucking fair trade coffee beans and feel brilliant about yourself. Good luck.